Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Devi Tunai. Friends, the current month, that is from July 17th to August 16th, is called Adi in Tamil, Karkidagam in Malayalam, and Ashadam in Sanskrit. In Hindi also it is called Ashad. The Adi month is the fourth month of the Tamil calendar. Several Hindu festivals and rituals are held during the Adi month, and it is a month full of divine blessings. At the same time, it is not considered a favorable month for conducting events like marriages, engagements, housewarming, and such events. What is the reason for that? As per the Tamil calendar, the first 6 months of the year, starting from the month of Thai, which is January, is the Uttarayana, which is the daytime of the Devas. The next 6 months, starting from Adi to Margazhi or December, is the Dakshinayanam. And the Dakshinayanam marks the beginning of the night for Devas. The sun also starts its southward journey in the month of Adi. Hence, in this month, we mostly focus on praying to God, especially Goddess Shakti, Bhagavati or Devi, which are various forms. Adi month is dedicated to Goddess Shakti, as the energy of the goddess is very strong and vibrant during this month. You will see that it is a common practice to conduct Bhagavati Seva, which is the most pleasing puja for Bhagavati. Adi month is actually a time for introspection, healing, and prayers. There are many significant and important days in the Adi month. Let us look at some of the characteristics of this month and the festivals and practices associated with it. The first day of the month is Adi Pirappu, which is the starting of the month of the birth and is celebrated in many traditional ways. Adi Chevvai and Adi Valli, which are all the Tuesdays and Fridays of the Adi month, are considered very auspicious for Bhagavati. The Adi Amavasya day, which is the no moon day, which is falling on 8th of August this year, is dedicated to offering Sraddham and offerings to our respected ancestors. The Adi Puram, Puram is the name of a constellation or nakshatram, is falling on 11th of August and is a day which is dedicated to Andal or Goddess Parvati. Another significant day is Varalakshmi Puja, which is the worship of Goddess Lakshmi, and it is falling on August 20th this year. The next festival is the Padinettam Perukku or the Adi Perukku, which is the 18th day of the Adi month. The Kartigai star, which falls on August 2nd, is the Adi Kartigai festival and is dedicated to Lord Kartigeya or Muruga. Each Friday of the Adi month is also dedicated to different forms of Mother Shakti, which includes Goddess Parvati, Goddess Kali, Goddess Kamakshi, Goddess Lakshmi. I will elaborate on two major festivals in this month, that is Adi Puram and Adi Pirukku. Starting with Adi Puram. The Adi Puram is also celebrated as Andal Jayanti, which is the birthday of Andal Ammal, who is believed to be the incarnation of Goddess Lakshmi. Adi Puram is also dedicated to Goddess Shakti, and it is believed that Goddess Parvati comes down to bless the people on this day. Adipuram is celebrated with lot of grandeur in various Devi temples and Vishnu temples. The Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple, the Mel Maruvattur Adiparashakti temple, Srivilliputturu Andal temple, the Srirangam Ranganatha temples are some of the temples which celebrate Adipuram in a grand manner. It is believed that Goddess Parvati attained her womanhood on the day of Adipuram, and rituals are conducted celebrating this auspicious event in all the Shakti temples, as Goddess Parvati is none other than Goddess Shakti. According to one legend, Periyalvar, who was an Alvar saint, was living in Srivilliputturu. He and his wife prayed to Lord Vishnu for a child. One fine day, while he was walking through a temple, he found a girl child in the temple's garden. He decided to adopt the child. The child was lovingly brought up by him in the Vaishnava tradition of worshipping Lord Vishnu. The girl, who was Andal, continued to grow up with increasing devotion to Lord Vishnu. Andal even used to wear the Tulsi garland which was made by Periyalvar for Lord Ranganatha. One day, Periyalvar noticed her wearing the garland meant for the Lord. He was shocked and scolded her. On that night, Lord Ranganatha appeared in his dream and said that he wished to wear the garland only after Andal wore it. The Lord also advised Periyalvar to take Andal to the Srirangam Ranganatha temple. Periyalvar was filled with joy. Andal also told her father that she would marry none other than Lord Ranganatha himself. It is believed that when Andal entered the Sanctum Sanctorum, she merged with Lord Ranganatha, since she was an avatar of Goddess Lakshmi. According to another legend, the day of Adipuram is observed as the festival of Valaikappu, that is the bangle ceremony for Goddess Parvati, who is the universal mother. There is a story behind this also. In the Trichy district of Tamil Nadu, there was a festival conducted for Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. After the festival got over and the crowd had dispersed, there was a pregnant woman in the crowd who was seized with labor pains suddenly. There was nobody to help and she was about to faint when Goddess Parvati came to her rescue. She came in the disguise of a midwife and helped the woman to deliver the child. But the woman recognized the divine mother Goddess Parvati and made a vow to celebrate the day as Valaikappu Day every year for Goddess Parvati. The Valaikappu is usually the bangle ceremony which is conducted in the Tamil tradition for pregnant women during the 7th month of pregnancy, like a baby shower. In all the Shakti temples, on the day of Adipuram, the goddess is beautifully decorated and many glass bangles are offered to the goddess in various forms. Later, the bangles are distributed amongst all devotees. It is believed that wearing these bangles will bless couples with progeny. On Adipuram Day, many Vaishnavite temples conduct Agni or fire homam and pujas. There is a grand celebration at Srivilliputturu, the birthplace of Andal. The festival is also celebrated at Srirangam temple for 10 days. On the 10th day, the divine marriage of Andal and Lord Ranganatha, that is Lord Vishnu, is celebrated. It is believed that unmarried girls pray to Andal on the 10th day, which is the day of the divine marriage day, to get married soon and be blessed with a suitable partner. On the day of Adipuram, the devotees chant the devotional hymns and songs which was composed by Andal in praise of Lord Ranganatha. Celebrating Adipuram and praying to Andal and Goddess Shakti will bestow a happy and prosperous life, good progeny and blessings for a good spouse for those who are unmarried. Now we come to the Adi Perukku or Padinettam Perukku festival, which is an important part of the month of Adi. We celebrate the festival of Padinettam Perukku on the 18th day of the Adi month. Padinettu means 18 in Tamil. I had earlier spoken about the various significant points of the number 18 in the Hindu religion. The Padinettam Perukku festival is another addition to that. What is the significance of the Adi Perukku? The Adi month marks the beginning of the monsoon in Tamil Nadu. During this month, water levels in the rivers increases due to the monsoon. The festival Adi Perukku or Padinettam Perukku is celebrated on the river banks in Tamil Nadu to signify the rising level of water during monsoon. This increase in water level is expected to occur on the 18th day of the Adi month of the Tamil calendar. It is a distinctive event in the south of India and remarkable festival of Tamil Nadu. Various activities are related to farming, like the sowing of seeds, planting of seeds, rooting, and other farming procedures are done favorably during this month. Adi Perukku is considered a grand occasion of fertility that has been celebrated since the time of kings and royal families. Water is the life-sustaining matter which Mother Nature has bestowed on the universe. Adi Perukku is celebrated in honor of water on the banks of the river basins, which provide us this invaluable resource. In Tamil Nadu, all the households living on the banks of the river Kaveri, which provides water in this region, express their gratitude to the river on that day. It is to thank nature for showering its grace, peace, and prosperity. The river Kaveri is worshipped on this day. In the earlier days, when farming was the main occupation, the farmers used to store and preserve well the seeds what they proposed to sow for the next season. At the beginning of Adi, they used to take a handful of these seeds and sow it in small pots and check for the growth of crops in the pot. On Adi Perukku Day, the woman of the household take these pots with the cultivated plants to the Kaveri river bank and worship the river. They will then submerge the plants in the river, praying for a good harvest for their household. This also helps the farmers to judge whether the seeds they have in stock can give them a good harvest in the coming season. The word Perukku also means to multiply in the Tamil language. So it is also believed that any activity like harvesting, starting any business, buying gold, started on this day will multiply and bring in multifold positive results. On this occasion, unmarried girls and married women both perform rituals and puja. Unmarried women offer a sweet made of rice and jaggery and earrings made out of palm leaves and black colored beads. It is believed that they get blessed with desirable grooms. Married women visit their parents' home and stay there for a month before the Adi Perukku. They return back with their husband a day after the Adi Perukku. For married men, they are invited by their in-laws and get new clothes as gifts. Of course, Hindu festivals are well known for their unique food preparations or prasadam for each festival, prepared for celebrating the event. On the occasion of Adi Perukku also, variety of rice preparations are prepared for offering to the river Kaveri. The rice preparations include coconut rice, lemon rice, tamarind rice, curd rice, and of course the sweet rice made with jaggery, which is popularly known as Sharkara Pongal. The full family, including the kids, enjoy these rice varieties. You may ask, what is the relevance of all this to the people living in cities where there are no rivers flowing outside our homes? We still have a duty to offer our prayers to water, which is the life-giving resource, and pray for the good harvest of crops in our villages, so that there is abundance of natural resources and food for all. In the cities also, people follow the ritual of preparing the various rice varieties and offering to God, so that the children understand and follow the rituals to some extent. In these testing times of the pandemic, we see that Mother Nature is slowly shedding her benign nature, and she is turning into the all-consuming ferocious Mother Kali to destroy the adharma in this world. Let us be conscious of that. The recent floods in various regions and of course the COVID pandemic teach us that Mother Nature is always to be respected. The Adi Perukku festival, where water is worshipped and revered, shows us the importance to respect nature and the natural resources which God has kindly bestowed on us. Let us pray to the merciful and divine Bhagavati during this auspicious month of Adi for the good health and prosperity of all. Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Chadige Sharanye Trayambige Gauri Narayani Namostude.